All right. We are. Oof, that was a Sorry about that intro. That was bad
Yeah,
because
they updated some stuff, I guess.
no, they didn't update stuff. I'm running off of one screen now, and
Oh.
so
So how
what
you
up?
doing, man?
I can't complain. How about you?
I'm doing good. Hey, everybody, welcome to episode 7 of the Obvious Suspects podcast. We haven't
Woo.
done this in a little while, have we?
No, we haven't. It's been a while.
No. Life gets in the way sometimes, but it's okay, man. We are back for the first time. Back. I think that's how it works. 'Cause I don't know if you're back for like the third time, then why do you keep coming back?
Yeah,
But
it's
but we're
abuse.
back for the first time, so we're still good. So, man, as you can see from how I'm dressed, my football team plays tonight. So I'm gonna be
Woo!
what? Whoop whoop
Who's your
whoop. I'm
team?
gonna be what?
Is that
I
Georgia,
think it's
right?
that team
You're
called
Georgia. Yeah,
Georgia.
that's
No,
Georgia.
no,
No, you
no.
can't
It's
tell me nothing. That's Georgia. That's good luck. The Green Bay
no, no,
Georgians.
no. The Green Bay
Okay.
Georgia.
You can't. You can lie to me all you want, but you can't lie to your
I've always,
fans. You
I've
can't lie to
always
the
thought that
people
was
listening at
cool.
home, Keo. All right.
Oh yeah. Oh, they know better. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure they
they
know
do.
that it's the Wisconsin
The
Georgians,
Wisconsin Georgians.
best team ever. Either way. But no, Packers play tonight, and I'm a little decked out, not for the game, honestly, mainly because I'm cold and I have a Packer jersey and a Packer hat, so I put it on.
Fuck it.
Um, but yeah, man, I've been watching football all season, man, and one thing that has made me realize about this whole season that I'm already like, you know what? I don't need that.
Tell them.
Fucking Taylor Swift, man.
Taylor
I saw
Swift. What are
Taylor
you
Swift
hating on
on.
T Swift for? Hold on a
No,
minute.
hold on. I'm
Hold on a
actually
minute.
not
Hold on.
quite hating on T Swift.
It
I'm
sounds
not.
like you're
I'm
hating
not.
on you're
No, no,
hating on her and her whole Swifty squad.
Yep,
You
the shout out to
can't.
the Swifties. Y'all are a massive force, and I can't fucks with you. But no, I'm just saying it's like the way they did it this Sunday made me not like Taylor Swift. And it wasn't about the fact that anything she's done. Like I don't even listen to her music, so I don't know any song other than Bad Blood. And that's only because I heard the Kendrick Lamar version. See, I see you. See you. You see. You see. I don't really know the words. I just know
Stop hating on that poor Christian white woman, Keo. She needs to
Christian
be
White woman
left alone.
who ruined a classic um um Earth, Wind and Fire song.
That she didn't ruin it. She made it better. She made it
Dude, you should go hang
whiter.
yourself.
She
No,
made it
no.
whiter.
She made it
Okay?
wider,
She
yeah.
made it
She
more
did the
acceptable to
one
listen
thing
to.
she did the one thing that every girl in a coffee shop has been doing it for years. You
Yeah.
take a song that has nothing to do with the way you do music and you make it into the whitest version you can.
And you enjoy life and all the money that it brings you.
Yeah, I
It's
guess
I mean,
I guess. Would that work the opposite way? Could I rap over your cheating heart?
oh my god no, because you can make songs whiter, you can't make songs blacker, unfortunately.
Oh, so that's how that works.
Yeah.
Okay, because
Yeah.
I could totally like take yo cheating hard. Hey, hey, it made me weak. Hey, boy, don't get me started. You'll cry and cry, 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 cry.
It wouldn't work. Unfortunately, I don't think it would
I will
work.
auto tune the shit out of that song. You're cheating hard. Yeah.
I think it's gonna lose the white ability in it.
Oh
And
no, no. See, because all it takes is for like a whole bunch of black kids to think it's cool, and then there you go.
yeah, it would just immediately come back to the white squad. Like
Immediately, somehow
people are like,
y'all
oh,
like,
y'all
oh
like
yeah,
it? Oh,
yeah. We
y'all enjoy this
check
song?
out this song, bro. It's called "Go Home." Never mind, not that song. But
You said it's written by David who?
yeah, David Allen Greer. No,
David Allen Coe. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
yeah, that guy really does love my people. But
He does. He's your
yeah,
biggest. He is literally your biggest fan. He
yeah.
knows more. I guarantee you, he knows more about y'all than y'all know about y'all.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure he's got us all like pegged out, like every single one
No,
of us.
no, no, no. I mean, history wise, he may like again when you're if you want to hate people that much, the best thing you can do is learn about their history and then just shit on it the entire time. It's like, how the fuck does
I
he?
guess that makes sense. I thought you were about to say something else. The best way to really hate people is to hate black people.
No, I'm not going to say that. Absolutely
No, I'm
not.
about to say that, man.
No,
Whoa.
I'm talking about learning somebody's history and then you
Your
just
last
shit
name
on
is
their.
Martin, not Coe. Fuck
Yeah,
out of
exactly.
here. What's that dude who was the Grand Wizard? David Duke. He called my brother one time.
Did he really?
Yeah, he called asking for donations.
Nice. He's like, fuck yeah, bro. Here you go.
Like, and my brother was kind of like, uh, You, I'm black, bro.
Yeah, wrong
Like,
number.
like all the way.
Like wrong.
Like,
You have called the wrong number.
yeah, I'm pretty sure you just when you're calling any number asking you want to donate to the David Duke Foundation to send them on home.
Send him back.
Yeah,
Send
we're
him back,
building.
brother. We need to keep America white.
Yep, that's probably what he thinks. And then he's gonna be like, "We're building a whole boat. We're gonna just ship them back." Oh,
And
to be
for
like a
your
black
and
person.
for your small donation of $2.99, brother, listen here. We can ship them, we can pack them, and we can send them on back. Now, what you tell now? Tell me, what do you think about that? Can we count? Can we over here at the clan count on your $2 donation?
Your monthly $2 donation. So I gotta keep donating to you, motherfuckers. Can't y'all just get on that boat and leave? Shit, go where all the white people are, like Norway or
Could you
something.
could you imagine if that's what telemarketers were calling it? Like if that was just widely accepted and open?
Yeah,
It's
like they could
just
just.
they can just call.
That makes you think. I watched this thing on cults on HBO Max, and it was talking about the Jonestown.
Yeah. Why is my
And
camera
Heather had never seen it before. She was like, "Who the fuck is Jim Jones?" And well, you understand, she's not gonna go out and read or research serial killers. It's just not her MO. She's
not a
not really
serial
into
killer?
murder. He's a mass murderer
No, he's not. He didn't kill anybody.
though. He convinced. No. Watch the thing, dude. He convinced so many people to kill themselves.
Have you sat in? Okay, you're not telling me anything about Jonestown that I don't
Hmm.
already know.
Oh, I know.
I have you listened to the death tapes? I've listened to the death
Yeah,
tapes.
I've heard snippets of them. They're on the
Oh,
thing,
they're on dude.
but like,
They're on YouTube as well.
yeah.
All of them. And
So you're telling me that he didn't convince them people to do that?
he did. That's what I just said. He did. He convinced them to kill themselves.
And can
He didn't kill anybody.
so somebody convinced so like okay, that's the same thing as like
He
some
didn't.
dude who's
He.
going through hard times. He's like his wife left him, he lost his job, lost his house, living on the streets, and you convince him to go on top of a building and jump off and
Oh,
kill himself.
it's absolutely fucked up.
But isn't that murder
But
to you?
you didn't kill him. No.
Dude, that's murder.
No, it's not.
That's
No,
murder, dude.
absolutely it's not. Because there are people that leave cults and they go, I didn't agree with what he was saying.
Exactly.
That's
But
it's not
no,
but
no,
it's
I'm not
not
saying that
it's
he didn't kill weak-minded people or something like that. And maybe they weren't weak-minded. Maybe they were
no,
just
they were
brainwashed.
absolutely weak minded.
No, they're brainwashed. There's a difference. If weak-minded somebody is, it's kind of like somebody on social
There were
media
no billionaires.
seeing somebody being, huh?
There were no high value people in that group. It was all working
Well,
class people.
it
It
was all
was
real working class people who really desired, who truly,
yeah.
truly desired to do a new world without racism and hate and prejudice and sexism and gender, yada, yada, yada. But that didn't happen. A monster took over that. A monster with a whole lot of charisma
Yeah.
took over. And look, that's just what it was. Charisma can be just as deadly as love. And even love is can be treacherous, as the Bible tells you. Love it can be treacherous. So charisma can get you really, really far with a lot of people. Look at all the great mass murderers slash serial killers.
Look at Jim Jones.
I was gonna say, look
Charisma.
at what's that dude's name? From the Hollywood murders. What's that dude's name? The Hollywood murders. He killed that lady. Oh, yes, you do. They made a whole movie about it. Charles Manson.
Oh. Oh, that guy.
Dude, Charles Manson didn't physically kill anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
He convinced a lot of people on acid to go do it.
Yeah.
Now, who's really in fault here? The people who did it, or the guy who convinced them that this was the best idea in the whole world?
Everybody.
Everybody. Well, the charismatic guy is kind of the one who's like the most in trouble here because you don't have to do. It's like
What are you
I
doing?
remember I
What are you
posted
doing? Putting yourself into that type of situation in the first place. That's
well
where the
because you're
responsibility.
so you're
That's where the responsibility part comes in. Like,
okay. You are a downtrodden person. You don't have a whole lot going for you. Somebody promises you the world. You kind of try to go for it. If they make it sound good enough, you go for it. They can sell you a promise. They can sell this shit to you. You will probably go for it. That's just what it is.
yeah, it's called being.
I look at
It's a form of weak mindedness. It's not.
well, okay,
It's
okay.
not. It's
I
not.
heard you say that, and
Yeah.
you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But I'm gonna ask you this. I posted a long time ago when all these mass shootings kept happening, and I was like, there is a very common denominator in all of these mass shootings. And what was it? Do you know what it is? They're all white males.
Okay.
for the most part, because they don't put the ones that happen in the hood on the news, and there are mass murders in the news in the hood too. Dudes shoot up whole neighborhoods and shit. But I was looking at it and I was like, why do I ever see a female white mass murderer? Like, why don't ladies shoot up shit? Which it has happened in history.
Yeah.
Like one of the first school shootings ever in our country was done by a woman. But why doesn't these things happen anymore? Like happen like that? Like why do you don't see like some 40-year-old ex-military woman, even though like 40 years ago in the military is probably different than it is now. But this older woman in the middle of her life just decides she wants to shoot up a grocery store or shoot up a fucking movie theater or something. Why
Because
don't these things happen? Why doesn't some
because women
pissed off
commit
teenager do it?
because women commit different crimes than men.
Okay, well I'm
And
just only
and
reason
they
I brought
act
that up.
and they act out differently than men do. Men act in more of a violent way. Women can still be just as treacherous, but they don't act. At least not all women, but a majority of women don't act out like I'm gonna go on a shooting spree. That's not. Women are more like Black Widows, where or like angels of not angels of mercy, but whatever type of. They're more into like like they'll kill like children before they take it out on grown people. Women have been. No, you can't look at me like that and say
Nah,
that's
I'm
not
not.
true.
I'm not. No, no. I had an intrusive thought,
Yeah.
and I didn't want to talk about that subject.
But no,
So,
women commit different crimes, and they commit their crimes in a different fashion than men do. That's just what that is.
okay.
It's not because like,
So
oh, why don't women
I
do it
asked this
more?
question. I asked this question on
Uh,
Facebook, and I'm going to tell you the response I got that really kind of made me think about it.
hmm.
A white guy came up there, and I didn't even know this guy. He was just kind of like a friend of a friend of a friend kind of thing, and he got somehow saw my post and decided to respond. And his answer was different. He said the reason you don't see very many white ladies shoot up shit. Not saying that all white people shoot up shit. That's what I want to make very clear.
Yeah.
But just statistically, it's more middle-aged white men or young white men who shoot up things. Okay, statistically, for at least as far as the news is concerned and like the public image is concerned. Um, I asked him that question. He said the reason you don't see that is because women don't have to shoot up things. They'll find that crazy guy and convince him to go shoot up something
Yeah.
because they can use whatever I guess female qualms they have to like
Manipulate.
manipulate them.
Well, it's
Now
because
that but now that who is the victim here? Is it the weak-minded man who decided to shoot up some things, or is it
yeah,
the hurt woman who decided to go get somebody to shoot
the
up something?
weak-minded man pulled the trigger. Again, it's you are responsible for your actions. I was upset. Everybody gets fucking upset. I was depressed. Okay, go to talk to a doctor. But she was there. Is she a fucking doctor? No. Then shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Don't
Some guys
if you
do
feel
things for the pursuit of like lovins. They will
yeah,
do some
that's
crazy shit
called
for you.
weak-mindedness. If you're again, I'm not and any guy that's in love has a level they are what's the word? They are compromised in some way because you want it because you're going to be like I'm going to trust this person. I'm going to believe what this person says. But if a woman starts talking some crazy shit, hey, your dad shouldn't be talking to you that way. You know what? I just think he should die sometimes. Like,
Yeah, but that's not how they do it. That's how
obviously they do it a little bit more subtly, but it's still that you can't. How are you going to con somebody into killing somebody? There is no finessing in the world because you drop the words you should kill this person. Not all not exactly not in all in one sentence, but kill is a trigger word. I don't any normal person goes I'm not going to kill somebody because that's I could get in trouble and I could go to jail for the rest of my fucking life, or God forbid I live in a state that fucking kills you back. Like,
or and then you gotta think about like the like religious morality, like like yeah, I gotta do this, but then how can I live myself later? But I was well. If with that being said, look at these two situations. I saw a documentary on a girl who convinced her boyfriend in the middle of the night to come in and kill her brother and her parents.
does that
And she
sound like a rational idea at all?
no, it doesn't.
Exactly. But to a weak-minded person, they could be convinced to do it.
Okay, now
It's
here's another scenario for you,
hmm.
because I see your opinion on that one. I'm not even gonna continue the story because that story's wild, by the way.
No, no,
Like
tell
she
it. No,
tries
no,
to.
no. Look, I encourage you to tell. I'm taking up
Okay,
a
well, for
passionate
what I
stance.
remember about the whole thing, because it has been like a year or two since I've seen it.
Yeah, tell. I mean, tell the story.
The girl like convinced her boyfriend to come in the middle of the night and kill her parents. and then he like stabbed her or something. So it looked like she got attacked too, and then he ran off. And then she tried to say that somebody broke in and killed her whole family.
What?
And then the way she got caught was, um, after the police got there, she said she was gonna go to the hospital and never went to the hospital, went to her boyfriend's house instead, or some shit like that. And they tracked her down to her boyfriend's house, and he had the murder weapon and everything there, and like dirt, bloody clothes, and then they had to like
Yeah.
confess everything.
Yeah.
And their family was like really like the community spiritual leaders and like really into the church and stuff. It was a really crazy thing. Um, but nah, then I saw recently, I can't think of what her name was, but it was a woman who, this man just got off of murder charges, and this is how he got off. It all absolutely was self defense because he didn't like some girl. Well, he liked some girl, and he didn't buy her what she wanted for her birthday or her Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
And then she proceeded to argue with him. So he put her ass out. Like, get the fuck out of my house. Like, don't. Nope.
Yeah.
He might even physically pushed her out of the house, but he didn't hit her or nothing. But dude, see, women gotta understand
I
that.
no,
No,
I
that's
no no
not
no no no
okay.
no. Hold on. It is more than okay to not beat the shit out of somebody. If someone is you need to get them off of your premises. If she's inside the house, I'm not saying pick her up and throw her head first through the door. I'm not saying that, but you walk and you like, hey, I want you to leave. Like I've called the police. If he's done everything, and the woman is continuing to be irate, get out of the house. Like or but I
Oh
wouldn't
no,
leave her
see,
in the house. But
I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna let some crazy bitch who's pissed the fuck off and won't leave after I've asked her to leave. And I've asked her to leave several times. I even called the police. Police not gonna show up instantaneously. It's gonna take
yeah,
a second for them to
it's
get
gonna take
there.
him a little bit.
So if I'm telling her to leave, she won't leave. I'm a very large man. The last thing I'm gonna do is this and use my body to shimmy out of the way and leave all my vital organs exposed. Fuck that. No. At that point, you have become a threat to my life. In
I
my
agree.
opinion, you are.
I agree.
So I will physically pick you up. Maybe not chuck you out through a front door or some shit, but you are getting out of my house.
Yeah. Oh,
If I got to
I'm in a
grab, whip you out by your wrist and just throw you out into the yard, I got to because you're a threat to me. Because that could go bad so fast. You
Oh,
could be turn your back on
absolutely.
that. She picks up something sharp and stabs the
Stabs
shit out
you.
of you.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I am
she goes to jail, but I'm dead. So
I'm in agreement with you. I agree with you 1,000,000%.
oh, I thought you were gonna say something else, but
No,
no, I've
fuck
seen that a
no, dude.
lot
No,
where they're
hell
like,
no. I
by
believe.
no means
I also
should you
believe.
ever put your hands on a woman. Yo,
Fuck
no, by
no.
no means should you
No,
ever put
fuck
your hands. That
that.
is
If a woman
true.
wants to cock back and hit you like a man,
So I look at it like this. I agree that if by no means should you ever in your life raise your hand to a woman, ever, man should never do it. But if a woman is attacking you, that is not um, reasonable means. So that's different.
yeah,
That's different. So not by
you
no
shouldn't
reasonable
just
means should you ever hit a woman. But
you shouldn't
if
just
she has
walk out of the
gone beyond
blue.
reasonable means,
You
no,
should.
no, 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 because some people, because walking out of the blue is one thing, but even in like,
Oh no! I'm talking about a guy walking up out of the blue and smacking the shit out of a woman. Yeah, that's what I'm saying should never happen. But if a woman is fucking you
if
up,
she becomes a threat, like if you can be like, okay, look, she's got like a knife in her hand, or she's got a gun, or this bitch can hit. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
she don't swing lightly. I can't take like too many of these. She's gonna knock me
I mean,
out.
you're gonna have to eat the first one. You're gonna
Yeah,
have
you
to.
got to eat the first one. You got
You
to.
have to take the first one. You have
But
to be bruised because if the
but
police.
some women, now this is a woman's opinion. This is not my opinion. Okay, very clear. This is I heard this from a woman. She said that if a woman, because women have a tendency to get mad and think they can slap you and stuff like that. Um, a woman told me that that's not okay because if you projecting that kind of energy and it gets reciprocated, now all of a sudden it's not right. So the hands should never be thrown in the first place. But women tell me that if a woman has it in her heart that she can hit you, it's because she thinks she can hurt you. So you do it back. And you show them, hey, I can hurt you too, so stop. Now, granted, this is once again not my opinion. I would never in my life ever put my hand on any woman that time in the first grade. And hey, man, hey, I got to fight with a girl in the first grade. Okay, I didn't know why. I don't know how. I
It's
was
gonna
just trying to
come.
get up the school bus, and she won't go try to let me for some
Don't
reason.
don't run for public office now. It'll come back to.
Yeah, no, this story is gonna get me. Like, you know
Yeah.
that time in the first grade, that was not
He hit a
so.
woman.
Yep.
You want this man around making your
Yep.
decisions.
I
Keo
sure did.
Jones, woman
I broke
beater.
that bitch's nose, but but no, like it was. So I don't think for any reason a man should ever put his hand on a woman. But like I do notice that like there has been this movement of like feminists telling other women to stop doing that because it's not right, because it's not equal. Like I'm talking like what's that Jess Pearlie's podcast? You ever heard hers? The white girl who always tells women how it is. Oh man, you should watch Jess Pearlie. There's a lot of them. She also has this it's this older black woman over there. I can't think what her name is, and she like really gets down on that whole behavior that like living my best life bullshit.
Yeah,
Cause yeah, live your best life, but there's consequences to it. There's consequences to
absolutely.
everything, and there seems to be a lack of accountability for some of these
That's the key in everything.
modern women. We'll say,
That's the key in a lot of this is accountability.
yeah, like, the whole world lacks accountability. I see straight up people like do something to me, and then I tell them, "Hey, this is bad. I don't like what you have done. I would like for you to apologize about it." And they'll literally go, "Apologize for what?" I'm like, because you brought this drama and this energy around me that I didn't ask for. I'm trying to be your friend, and you're trying to do everything you can to separate us from this thing. So I would like for you to apologize because I've actually hit an end point of this, and I don't wish to be around you anymore. And that person will be like, "Oh, cool. Well, I'm sorry for yada yada yada, make it so I'm not accountable for it, but everybody else is."
Yeah,
And it's just it's such a lack of accountability, and it goes men and women. It doesn't matter what gender, and it's just like that. You know, they say men lie, women lie, men and women both lack accountability. It's
men
just
lie,
true.
women lie, men
Yeah,
lie.
no, right? Men lie, women lie. I was just listening to that song, but no, it's true, and it just is. Not everybody. Some women, like that's all I love about Heather. Heather, if she makes a mistake, she'll live right up to it. Like, oh snap, I
Yeah,
did
it's
not
a
mean to do that.
there's a level of accountability.
Yeah, she
There's
automatically. I can get mad at her about something and be like, man, I really wish you didn't unplug that thing. I was downloading something and
yeah,
now my download screwed up. I have to go start all over
that's a
again.
that's a petty thing to get
And
upset about somebody
yeah,
for
I'm just
though.
giving you something small.
Yeah,
And like she'll be like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I had no idea that could happen. I am very sorry about that."
yeah.
And it's over. It's apology. It's acknowledging that she made a mistake. She won't do it again. And it goes both ways. Like she'll tell me something like, "Hey, did you do that thing I asked you to do?" And I'd be like, "You know what? No,
It's like
I didn't do it." You're telling me now, and as you tell me, this fear comes over me that shit, I was supposed to do something.
like
But
hey man.
so I'll be like, yeah, I didn't, but I'm about to.
It's
So
like nope, but
nope, didn't do that.
I'm on
I
it.
will go put that table together right now.
Yeah. Like
I'm
shit, I completely
like, I'm
forgot
gonna
about
stop
that.
what I'm doing to go put it. But it's my way of showing my accountability. Like I made a mistake
Yeah.
because I was
Like
being
you told me that
putting it off. I was
you asked
procrastinating.
me to do something. I said I'd
Yep.
do it, and I
And I
didn't. And it's
procrastinated, and now I'm seeing my procrastination, and I'm like, okay,
like oh shit.
I'm gonna stop everything I'm doing immediately and do what you asked me to do
Yeah.
because you asked me to do it, I didn't do it.
No, it's just
Um,
that, but that's also a courtesy thing. That's also respect for the other person. Like, hey,
yeah,
and having respect for yourself, you gave your word that you would do something.
yeah,
Understand,
absolutely.
shit
All those
happens.
things are very true. But the main thing about it is that I feel that I have to have like I have to be accountable for my actions.
Yeah,
And I said I do something, like you said, I gave her my word, and my word is my bond, and all that good stuff.
yeah.
But the really the matter is just I had to feel accountable for her feelings and her wants and her needs. And I think people break that down to they are feel accountable to people's wants and needs, but they choose who they want that to be and for how long. And that's what the problem with people is. You don't. There's not enough compassion really as far as people go anymore. And that sounds a little weird. And I think that's crazy that if I say things like we're not as compassionate or loving as we used to be, or that we need to be, that I feel like I'm being weird and being sensitive. And
You
that's
are.
crazy that we live in but that's crazy we live in a world where that's considered sensitive. Like that's soft because you care about people. That's weird
We're
because
just
you're
well. I mean,
what? Say it.
yes, I agree. I agree with you, but I'm also a firm believer that the world is not a very nurturing place. It's never been
And why is it not a nurturing place?
because that's
Is it
how
because
that's
of
how
the
that's
idea of
that's how
being
the
in?
world because that's how it is.
Okay, I'll give you this example. My mom didn't have a whole lot of friends. She had like maybe four, okay?
Yeah.
And three of them were related to her. So, um, She didn't have a whole lot of friends. I was in high school and I had maybe, well, I thought I had like maybe 100, 200 friends. Because it seemed like everywhere I went, everybody knew my name, which is
Yeah,
great, I'm well known. But
people
as
know
I've
my
gotten
name.
older, my circle got so small. I feel kind of like my mom now. It's like 4 to 5 people. And that's not saying nothing here today, but it's just because the fact that I'm good to people and I'm nice to people, but it seems like the nice people stay away from people because the people who aren't nice always looking for a reason to shit on the people who are nice.
Yeah,
And it's just weird that we live in a world where that's okay to do. Like you'll see somebody being an
it's not.
asshole and
It's
it's
not.
just like, man,
It's
that
not
dude's an
okay to
asshole.
do.
Don't trust that guy. He's an asshole. But instead of saying like something like, hey, we're gonna make sure nobody fucks that guy. People try that shit, but it don't work out.
But see,
Um,
that's where I think that's where you're getting confused. That's not okay to do. That's not nobody thinks that it's okay to do. People do it, and then they may not feel bad about it, or they're delusional and don't exactly, as we talked about, have accountability for their actions. They say, well, that person, they do the stupid thing of, well, if I didn't do it, somebody else would do it.
well, that's pretty weird.
They're
That's
like,
wild.
it's not okay. Like none of this is okay. Like when they say, when like if you like this may be a Hollywood drug dealer, but I'm sure some drug dealers might think this way, especially hard drug dealers. Like, well, if I don't do it, someone else is going to do it and make the money. So I'd rather make the
No,
money.
that's not even a Hollywood drug dealer thing. That's like Biggie said when well, not Biggie, but in the Biggie movie, being Hollywood again,
Yeah,
he sold crack to a pregnant woman. The guy was like, "Yo, man, we don't sell crack to fucking pregnant girls." It was like I didn't get into this game to be no social worker,
yeah.
but like I was saying earlier, it was weird that we live in a world where if you're a nice, loving person, the biggest fear is that somebody takes your niceness and your love and your compassion and uses it against you.
That's
That's
what
your biggest fear. As being a nice person and a good, decent hearted person, that's your biggest fear. And I don't know how people who are shitty people can think that they are a good person. I just don't. I
they
don't see
can't.
how
Well, because they don't have. There's something missing.
accountability.
There has to be something missing. That's why
It's accountability.
yeah,
They,
it's that. Or there might be some chemical shit where they just don't feel empathy. They don't empathize with the other person. It's impossible for them to put themselves in another person's shoes and go, man, I would fucking hate that if that happened to me. But that being said, that's why I think it's FDR that said, speak softly, but carry a big stick. You
was
know,
it? Was it?
it was somebody. I know it was a president, but it speak.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It might have been FDR. I
Yeah,
know it was Roosevelt. I'm not sure which one it was.
yeah. Speak softly, but carry a big stick. Be nice.
Bully,
Absolutely. Be a bully.
bully.
But there's nothing wrong with being a nice
Just
person.
bring that shit back. What's up, bro? Bully.
Bully. What's up,
What did you
bully?
just say?
The fuck?
What did
But
you just say to me?
huh? But no, there's nothing wrong with being a nice person, but then being able to know when to not be a be a good person. Like having boundaries for yourself. That's why I know for like when I like one of my big concerns is ever being in a relationship is knowing that my partner can know when to say no or know when to say I don't like that. I'm going to remove myself from this situation. And just knowing when to walk away. That is my biggest concern with a partner is knowing that I can trust that person to exactly as I said, know when to say no. And and I don't know, that's
You
kind
know,
of
he remind me of when you say that.
huh,
You hear about Jonah Hill and that list he made?
what list?
So there's like this text message that came out. I don't know if it was from Jonah Hill's current girlfriend or his ex, probably his ex. And it was pretty much like a long list of shit that she had to do to keep him happy. And one of those things was like not having relationships with people who I forget how he put it, but it pretty much just say don't have hoes for friends.
No, I'm not saying that at all.
No,
That's
I would not want my wife to have hoes for friends.
yeah,
I
that
feel
would
like if
if
your
you
girl goes out all the time to the bar and to the club, you need to find a new girl. I'm just straight up
yeah, I
because
agree.
if you're dating somebody who keeps going to an environment where there's nothing but single people looking for somebody, then you might as well go ahead and find yourself somebody else.
Hey, here I'm also about this too. If you do have hoes for friends, This is where I know if you know how to be a responsible adult to fucking
Well,
to.
what do you consider a hoe for a friend? Like, do you consider like somebody who dresses like a hoe and acts like a hoe, but maybe not really is a hoe, or some girl who looks like a regular everyday person, but you know she sleeps with everybody?
Hmm. Ooh, that's a good question.
That is a good question.
I think
There's plenty of girls
I
out there
think
who
for this,
dress the
okay, so
part.
I think for this example, I'm gonna land with the girl that dresses the part, because and then also exactly as you said, goes out to clubs and shit like that.
Okay,
When you dress like that,
we're gonna say they both go out to clubs. They
huh?
both do. They both go out to clubs because some regular looking bitches go to clubs.
Oh, then especially then definitely the ones that dress the part, because you're just but again, it's nothing wrong with looking nice as well.
Nope. No.
I would want my girl to dress up, but again, just knowing that I could. There's something nice about knowing that you can trust the person that you're with. That go out and have fun, have a good time. But if shit gets wild, you're not afraid to pull out the Smith and Wesson that I bought you last year and tell somebody to back the fuck up. Yeah, like
I
hey,
don't know you. Give me my purse. No.
no, but not, but yeah, like just like hey, you need to back up.
That
I'm
reference went right over your head there, Bobby Hill.
no, I didn't. I know who it is.
I don't know you.
That's my purse.
But
But
yeah, I'm the opposite on that. I feel like I would not want my wife to be friends with the girl who does not dress that way and goes out to clubs and sleeps with everybody. I don't give a shit about the friend who dresses like a hoe, always got her ass and her tits hanging out. I don't give a shit about that. That girl is exploding confidence,
yeah,
which hopefully will not have a negative effect on my girl, and she will also be confident in who she is, knows how beautiful that I see her and how beautiful she truly is. And hopefully that friend inspires her to do some things like that. Not everything. Now, don't be walking around with your ass and your tits hanging out. All right, I don't like that part because I'm more of a traditional, modest kind of guy. Now, I'm not saying that you can't be beautiful, you can't show access to accents of your body or whatever, so, or however you want to put it. But just have some like you represent me as you go out, kind of thing. But with that being said, um, I look at I don't want my wife to be with a girl who looks like a normal girl but sleeps around a lot because that girl is used to hiding the way she is.
yeah.
That girl's used to sneaking around the way she is. And all she's gonna do with my girl is influence her to do the same things. Oh yeah, go get a drink from that guy. Oh, it's not gonna be a big deal. Your husband ain't here, he ain't gonna know. I don't like that shit.
That's fair.
I'd rather
That's actually very fair. I didn't think about it
yeah.
that way. Yeah,
And I don't mind the girl who looks like like she just sleeps with everybody. She just looks that way.
yeah.
She's gonna get all the damn attention anyway, because every guy's gonna think that they can sleep with her. And most girls who look like that and dress like that are so used to guys thinking they can get whatever they want from them that they already know what roles to play and how to play those roles. I've seen it happen a million times. And all that will do is either teach my girl how to curve these dudes, which is what I'm for.
Yeah.
Curve them all day. As soon they buy you a drink, and as soon as they turn their back, you take your drink and you go. You know what I'm saying? Like you're out. You don't. That overly sexual looking girl tends to have that kind of mindset of I'm not going to get too fucked up because I'm already getting too much attention.
Yeah.
So they know exactly when to cut it off because they're like, if I get too hammered, some guy's going to think he can take advantage of me, or I'm more prone to get the attention of a negative man. We'll just say that a negative man. And
Oh, negative color man or
no,
just
no.
kidding. I'm
I
kidding.
thought when I said that, I thought of the comic book character Negative Man, and I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to be like, yeah, that dude from Spider Man, the
Yeah,
Asian dude who can turn
that
into a
guy.
black and a white guy. But nah, like I just feel like I would rather my wife be friends with that hoish girl who looks like a hoe, because I feel like that girl will be more equipped to like
Handle a bad situation.
handle.
Yeah.
Yeah, she will be the one to know when to pull out.
Hey.
but um, but, uh, But nah, it's the same thing for guys. Like, I don't think my wife would want me to be hanging around with some dude who's always a bachelor, who's always got a different girl every weekend, just playing, and he has these parties with tons and tons of women over his house. My wife wouldn't want me to be that, but she
Yeah.
also wouldn't mind me being. She would know what I'm doing when I'm around that guy.
Yeah.
She would have some kind of idea of what to expect when I'm around this guy. He gets all the ladies. He's the ladies' man. He's the pretty boy that all the ladies seem to like, or whatever. She wouldn't like that one dude who like buys hookers every weekend and just has
Yeah,
hookers over his
absolutely
house and
not.
shit.
That's fucking terrible. I wouldn't like that person. Like,
Yeah, I don't like that
what do you
person
mean
either. Well,
you
hold on. I
buy
don't say I
hookers?
wouldn't like that person, but I definitely wouldn't eat nothing from his house.
I wouldn't hang around the person. I'd be like, you're buying hookers? Like, all right, have fun, dude.
Well,
Like,
that doesn't affect me. If a guy wants to buy hookers, that doesn't affect me. Now, if you want
on
to
a
buy
regular
hookers,
basis, yeah, that would
still
absolutely.
doesn't. That's not my money. It
Really?
don't bother me none. Yeah, it don't bother me none.
Eh.
What the fuck can happen to me if he buys hookers all the time?
I
Other
mean,
than some pimp
nothing,
showing
but
up talking
like,
about he owes him some money.
nothing. But still, it's just like I don't.
I could
I
give
have.
two shits if you buy
I
hookers all
have
the time.
no. I have no. I have nothing to like. I don't know. I just don't have like a. I don't know. But you mentioned
I think it's your moral compass telling you like that's wrong, and I don't
probably,
want it. Yeah, because
but
the way I look at it is, it's not my money, and I'm not fucking you, so I don't give a shit what you do.
you mentioned pulling out earlier. Do you think that Colorado should have pulled out of their deal with Deion Sanders?
No,
Really? Because he did such a shit job against Oregon. What happened?
come on, man.
What
First
happened?
off,
No, they got
what was
destroyed.
Colorado last year? What
I
were
don't
they?
know.
They,
You
they
tell
were one of
me.
the worst teams in all of college football. There's a reason they hired him. Okay.
Yeah.
Secondly, the amount of buzz that he is creating around Colorado is just that right there
Buzz
is
is
enough to hire him.
Buzz is great. Buzz is fantastic. But you know what doesn't win games is Buzz.
You're actually wrong about that. Buzz wins a lot of games. You know why Buzz wins games?
Why does Buzz
Because
win
all
games?
these new recruits. See, this ain't the NFL, baby. You don't
I
draft
want you to
nobody.
put I want you to put
Hold on,
Alabama's
let me
best
finish. Let me
team
finish.
up
First off,
against
Alabama's not that good
Buzz.
anymore.
As I was
They're
saying,
not
their
that good.
best team. You put Alabama's best team against Buzz, and we'll see who wins
See,
that one.
you're saying like a current form team. I'm telling you what Buzz does. Buzz makes it because you're forgetting this is college football. You get recruits. You have all this buzz around you, all this attention, all this media hype. You're gonna make 5-star recruits want to go to your school. So get yourself a
So
year
it's
or
gonna
two.
take. So now we gotta wait years. I gotta pay this guy millions of dollars and wait years now. Absolutely the fuck not. I need. I
You're
need.
gonna get benefits of that buzz because I play NCAA football. I sure do. I missed that fucking game. I cannot wait for it to come back out. The best thing about it was you have a team that the only thing you can get is 3 2-star recruits because you are the University of Las Vegas or some shit like that. So
I'm the University of Colorado.
UNLV, you ain't making a whole lot of recruits coming to UNLV. So what you do is you take what you have and you get to a bowl game. And once you get to a bowl game, all of a sudden now you're getting 4-star recruits. And
That's if we make. That's if they make it to a
you
bowl
might,
game.
yeah, but if you're a good coach, you can get them there. So all Deion Sanders has to do now, even with the buzz he's already created, he's already did the whole thing with showing that HBCUs can get it done too,
Yeah.
and yada yada yada. So a lot more minority players are going to want to go there. And with that being said, a lot of white players are going to want to go there because they're going to be like, cool, I want to be around the top people. Just like in Alabama, the reason kids go to Alabama is not because Alabama is a great school. They go to Alabama because they want to win.
Yeah.
And they want to win and have a chance to go into the NFL. They see the biggest chances to go is to play for Alabama and to start for Alabama. So that's the reason they do it. Same thing with Oregon and Penn State and all these big schools that do it. I said Penn State. I don't even know if Penn State's up there. But Oregon and Ohio State, even though it's been proven that all Ohio State quarterbacks suffer in the NFL, it's been proven they all suck, every
Yeah.
single one. I don't think there is a good Ohio State quarterback in the NFL currently.
Couldn't tell you.
Oh, I could, and I'm telling you, I don't think there is. Um, so I'm pretty sure in the comments somebody's gonna hear that. No, because
Hold on a minute here, brother. Before you say a word,
Yeah.
let me tell you about the '87 Falcons. Okay,
Joe Montana.
Joe Montana.
Streets down.
Joe Montana came into that field fresh out of the boat on Ohio
Yeah.
and rained down unholy hell. Okay.
I'm just saying. It's just Ohio, I would say Ohio State, but at the same time, you'll see that you'll see like these big colleges. Like, what are the biggest colleges that you think people go to? I think it's
USC,
Florida,
which
Miami.
Miami or Gators.
Both.
There's not too many. What was the last one? Tebow? He was the last one that I know of. Came out of fucking quarterback. Came out of fucking.
No, you're just talking quarterback. I'm talking full on players.
Oh.
I'm talking on every position there. And Florida is a big one. I want to say Florida State. Well, not really. Kind of, sort of.
I don't know too many coming out of FSU.
No, not too many. Jameis Winston's the biggest one I can think that came out.
Yeah.
And he was still in crab legs. But
We're still waiting. I want to see some more Virginia Tech or UVA big name quarterbacks. That
The
would be nice
biggest.
to see.
See, here's the thing. So UVA had a pretty nice quarterback. His name was Armstead.
Yeah, but he's not. Is
Um,
he in the NFL?
no, he's still in college because he transferred.
Oh,
He left. He went to another college. So now they got this new guy. I can't pronounce his last name. I forget what it is. And I want to like him. I really do. But I don't think it's gonna happen. We just can't win a fucking game. Ever since that tragedy, that so sad tragedy happened in Virginia Tech, Virginia last year. It just seems like Virginia
what
Tech is going to
tragedy?
be the primary school. Okay, since you don't follow news and you
Oh,
don't follow
oh,
sports,
that's right. The shooting. That's right. What
yeah, I'm
happened? Who
about to say
was? What happened with that? What was?
it was a player who was no longer on the team, from what I understand, and he went back and shot up a bunch of guys in the weight room, and there was
Damn.
five of
Oh,
them.
that's
Three
fucked.
of, three of them bad, yeah. All because he said he was bullied and kicked off the team. Obviously, you didn't have the mental fortitude
To,
to be on
he
a
couldn't
football
handle.
team
He
in the
couldn't
first
handle
place.
rejection. I mean,
Yeah.
if it was, hey, hold on. Maybe he was the victim in all this. Maybe.
No,
Maybe.
no, 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 nope, nope. Sorry. There's no way you can kill people and be a victim. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Unless you were like a rape victim and you killed your rapist, that's the only way I can see
Okay,
that
so
happening.
that statement that statement just confirms everything we talked about in the beginning. You can't be a victim and kill people.
Yeah, because like I
That's
said,
that's so.
you can't convince a bunch of people to commit suicide and not be a mass murderer.
No, 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 no,
You
no, no, no,
are.
no, no. You no. What I'm saying is that statement of you can't be a victim and kill people. So like the guy that like it's like the woman convinced the guy to go kill all those people. The guy is
Oh
just as
yeah, yeah,
responsible.
yeah. I never said he wasn't he
Okay.
wasn't responsible. No, he's absolutely a piece of shit, and he should get everything that's gonna happen to him. I think you should just leave that dude in the like chow hall and just like tie him down and just let the inmates do what they gotta do.
Yeah.
And it probably won't be rape. They probably just gonna strip him naked and take everything they can take from him, shave his head, and make I don't know dreadlocks out of it. I don't know what the fuck they'll do. But
But no,
I think
so weight room shooting.
yeah. So he shot five kids, and three of them died. Two of them were injured, and it's just sad, man. But ever since then, I think my coach was affected by it because that was his football team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he just doesn't seem like he has that fire in him anymore. I think he needs a new location. I think they need a new coach. It's just something better for the whole organization to kind of just have a fresh start, you know. And it's hard for me to say these things because I really do feel bad for those kids who lost their lives. I truly do. Like, because you should never go to school to better yourself and have somebody take your life. I don't give a fuck what school you're in, and that shit just kind of like bothers me, like really bad.
Yeah.
It breaks my heart to think that as a parent, which I don't even have any kids, I have stepkids, and if I had to think to one of them to go to school and they're just living their life in school, I understand some things are going to happen, and not everything is peachy keen, not everything is going to be great, but the fact that you lose your life trying to better your life, it's just heartbreaking. So ever since then, I feel that I think every UVA fan feels that shit. We feel that sadness that comes along with it. But at the same
I
time,
don't.
it's like,
That's where I'm different. I don't feel.
well,
I don't. I don't
yeah, you're
feel any
not a UVA
connection
fan.
to it.
You're not a UVA fan. You
I
don't,
don't.
you
I
know.
know. I
So
don't. I don't. I'm no. I'm a
I'm
UVA
speaking
fan.
primarily as a UVA fan and as a human being. I guess as a human being, obviously you feel sad for children losing their lives.
Yeah, I feel bad for it,
Anybody
but I
losing
have
life.
no. But I have no connection. I didn't lose any sleep, or I didn't like feel
Oh
any
yeah.
type of way. It's like, oh, three kids got shot. Like that sucks. But I'm not like,
No, I wouldn't say I'm all that. See, that's like going 0 to 60. I'm not saying I'm doing
yeah.
all that.
Oh no, no. But yeah, I'm not
I'm
saying
saying
that's
like
what you're
I'm more
doing.
along the lines of it just really sucks, for that organization and that because we were just talking about recruiting, and I'm thinking to myself like, who's gonna want to go? You know what I'm saying? Like that stigma that's on that team is not gonna make people want to go to that school. So you're not gonna get very good recruits. You're gonna wait a couple years for the smoke to settle. I mean, for the dust to settle on that, and it's just really sad, man.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Deion Sanders in Colorado, as we were saying, I got a little sidetracked talking about UVA, but Deion Sanders in Colorado is going to create a buzz where he's going to get these 4 to 5 star recruits. Yeah, they're going to be the same team almost that they were last year, minus the plugins that he put, which is his sons. He plugged in some players from Mississippi State and his sons that he got to come over there to come to Colorado, plus a couple of recruits and whatever. But with all this buzz he's got going, we'll have Lil Wayne show up at you and to march you out to the field and stuff like that, and having all these celebrities like The Rock coming to give you an inspirational talk.
It's slowly becoming like the Lakers, the Staples Center, where the Lakers
Yeah,
game.
dude, that's all you need though. But now, because all these kids are going to see that shit and be like, well, I want to do that. I want to be part of that.
Yeah.
And this kid who is the most best quarterback in the entire country is going to see that and go, well, I want to meet Lil Wayne. I want to do all this stuff. Them kids are making money now. This is different now. They
Oh
make
yeah.
money now.
Oh, I know.
So you can go to Colorado and start making millions of dollars before you even get out of college. So I think that is the greatest thing for them. They should never fire Deion Sanders.
You know,
If they fire Deion Sanders for losing one
I didn't
game,
say
why
fire
the
him. I said, do you think
okay?
they should have
If they
reconsidered?
reconsider, if they can think of that, reconsider. Why didn't they reconsider Jim Harbaugh as Michigan's head coach? When has Michigan won the national title?
Yeah, that's true.
They paid that man $100 million 10 years ago, when $100 million was a whole lot of money to give a coach.
So let me ask you this then. Now that I'm glad you mentioned that. Do you think that those kids should have access to have access to that millions of dollars or no?
Yes.
I don't.
Why?
Because they're college kids. You shouldn't be focused on money right as of right
You sound,
now. Get
you
paid
sound like
for.
one of them slave owner universities who thinks
Yep.
that their kids
Yep.
should be able to.
No goddamn colored's gonna get paid on my
No, no,
team.
no, no.
No.
You ain't seen the episode of South Park. South Park did a whole thing about this, and it's truth. And these kids could go out, try to play for your team, play for your college team. They're getting all this media attention, all these endorsements, all these. Think about how much ad time they get.
Yeah, they get a
You know,
lot.
your game is streaming, so people are going to watch it. They know people, at least in the state, are going to watch it. So, like, local businesses are going to pay hella dollars to get you to play their commercial during your game.
Yep.
Now, granted, it's the network, but they have their own private networks too. You know, there's like the Big Ten network and the ACC network and
Yeah.
stuff like that, where they just play the stuff from the schools. So you're taking that footage. You don't pay a network to get your college team on TV. They pay you to play your college team. They own all rights to the video and all that good stuff. But these kids are like national, celebrities and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's people who want their autographs and stuff like that. You're telling me I
Absolutely.
played my ass off for 3 years. I'm on my fourth year. I played my ass off. I'm a Heisman candidate. Everybody knows my name. I can't charge $5 an autograph.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about them getting a salary and getting paid.
No, 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 no. I'm being very minimal. Because back in the day, you couldn't do that. You couldn't charge. You couldn't be getting gifts or money from your colleges. You couldn't have an agent and stuff like that. They can now.
That's good.
They could. They used to couldn't get paid for any of that stuff. Their likeness is being used. Their image being used.
Their
None
money,
of that stuff.
their money should immediately be rerouted into a CD or high yield savings account. They should have no
Smart kid
access.
would do that. A smart kid would do that.
A smart kid would do that.
Yeah, I'll leave
Exactly.
all these kids are in
Again, that's the
college, so
key
we're
word.
gonna
That's the
hope.
key word. I'm not saying that these kids are smart. A lot of these kids aren't smart, but a lot of them aren't. They shouldn't have access to that money. It should be rerouted into some sort of savings or CD or something that
I don't think
matures.
they get like much of it. It depends on the player how much they get and what they get. I seen Deion Sanders son walking around with chains and stuff
And a
like that.
million
and
dollar
$1 million
watch.
chains.
Like, fuck you. Like, but his
Um,
dad bought him as a gift, so you can't say that. But
yeah,
but
and
what I'm
then
s-
his dad gets bonuses and all that good stuff.
but what
And
I'm
so
saying is those kids shouldn't have those kids should they shouldn't have access to their money while they are a current. They should be under a contract.
what's the worst that could happen?
Oh, they spend all their money and then they get injured and then leave college with no degree and get
What happens
fucked.
when you make no money and you get injured and you
I'm
leave
not
college
talking.
with no degree?
At what point did I say they shouldn't make money? I never said
You
that.
said that. You said that. You think they should have access to those millions of dollars, and I said, yeah, they
To get
absolutely should.
access until they stop being a current player for that team, and then they have access to the funds on which those accounts have been maturing and investing. And
Yeah, you're talking CDs and stuff like
yeah,
that. I hear
that's
you,
and
but
at no point
at the
did I
same
at no
time,
point did I
if
say
they
at no
didn't
point
do
did
that,
hold on at no point did I say they shouldn't have access to the money. Or at no point did I say they shouldn't get paid. They shouldn't have access to the money. Let it mature, and then God forbid they get injured in a serious way, then they have the money on backup to at least get them. If they're not, I'm sure the school has some sort of insurance policy. Where
yeah. So don't. I heard what you're saying. The only problem I have with that, these aren't kids, man. They're 18,
that's a
19,
fucking
20.
kid.
That's an adult, bro. That's an adult. And you're telling an adult they can't have their own money because they're in college,
Yeah, absolutely not.
which causes a whole lot of money just to be in college.
It does, and then when that
And
money,
you're gonna tell this kid, that you think is a kid because you keep thinking of them as high school kids. They're not freshmen making money like this. These are seniors and juniors, maybe a sophomore or two, but you're not a kid anymore.
Yeah.
You're an adult. You can make that kind of money and determine where your money goes and what you want to do with it. And you're old enough to do it. You don't have to make your own decisions. So
Yeah.
that's why I think you shouldn't do that. You can let these kids do what the hell they want to. Because the worst thing that could happen for them, the honest worst thing that could happen for them, is they don't make any money,
Yeah, and they
or
spend
they
it
they
all,
don't have
and then
access to this money. It's
they,
sitting in
it,
this thing. They start making money in their junior year. They got to their senior year. They have a football ending injury, like Nick Chubb
yep.
did. Like they'll have a Nick Chubb injury,
Yeah.
a career ending injury. Now you didn't have a chance to really make money because you got injured and you weren't, making much money, and okay, you got a CDL. I mean not CDL, but you have a CD and you're trying to sit here and invest and stuff like that. But you're broke now. You're a broke 20-year-old coming into the world, and you now have the safety net of being in college anymore. So I would think like I would let them do whatever the hell they want to with that money because you never know what could happen. They could totally have all that money and blow it and be like, oh crap, I didn't make it to the NFL. I don't have any money. But guess what? They do have a whole life in front of them. They can go make money some other way. You may not have made money as a millionaire football player, but at one point you did, and
Yeah,
you can say that.
and that's why I think the money should be rerouted and invested until they either stop being a football player in the program that they're playing in,
Hmm.
and the CDs are set up for yearly maturity. So at the end
Would
of
you like somebody to do that with your money?
absolutely,
No, you're not. No,
absolutely,
you're
you
not
fucking
gonna take my money and tell me what I'm gonna do with it.
you take my thousands of dollars before it ever gets into my hands, and it's rerouted into an investment, and I can track the progress of
But
my
you have
investment.
no other money.
Absolutely.
You have no other money unless you
They're
work
a
a second
college
of
kid. They
job.
didn't have money beforehand. Now all of a sudden
They
it's
do work. They do work, and now because of their athletic prowess and how much they dedicate to their football team, they do make money off their teams. Football, basketball, baseball. I don't know lacrosse players make money, but I don't watch lacrosse. Do you?
no, not really.
So yeah, I don't think anybody's watching lacrosse except for dudes who play lacrosse.
No.
So
But yeah, no, I would absolutely love it if my money was invested for me and
I would rather
I
me
never
take
had a
the
chance.
chance to invest my money the way I want to and do it the way I want to and take all the risks that I want to instead of somebody automatically doing it for me.
Oh yeah, that's
That
what you
just
get to
seems.
choose. Of course, you file the paperwork. Like you monitor. You have to choose. So I'm not just saying that somebody else fucking. But the pay like instead of receiving an actual paycheck, they come in, they sign paperwork saying, okay, this is the amount that you'll be receiving for your time. But a good 90% of their money gets reinvested. So yeah, okay, yeah, they receive a small portion. They receive enough to live on campus and be a student, or they don't have to worry about as much. But or they won't have to have a job. Let's just say that your job is to be a student and your job is to play football.
Okay.
But when you come in, you sign paperwork saying this I want this amount to go, this amount of my the money that I receive goes to this investment. They have that way they're saying where their money goes.
I heard you.
It's just you
Speaking
can't.
of speaking of that now, I want to ask you something. You hear about these two new child support laws?
Oh, and we're still on the football thing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
that's
just
why I
it
was
was a
like,
perfect
what the fuck?
segue.
No,
It
no,
was a
no.
perfect segue.
Oh yeah, no. We're still on the football thing.
Okay.
But yeah, where they have to sign paperwork and they have to fucking say
It
where
was
their
like it
money
was
goes.
like
Well, no, bring it back. So like after we finish talking, say,
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
how
no,
I
no,
said, oh,
we'll
you
tell you
mentioned,
about it.
remember,
Yeah, no, no.
remember you mentioned pulling out.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you bring it
yeah.
back. You know,
Well, it goes right into that same thing about pulling it. So,
there you go.
but yeah, no, with football thing, I think you shouldn't be able to tell these kids what to do with their money. If you, because a lot of these kids want to send that money back home, help their families.
They
It
can
ain't
do it.
all
They can
about what
do
they
it.
want to spend.
They can do it at the
So
end of the
sometimes
year.
you're like, look, I just want to buy my mom a house. I want to take the money I'm making. It's a million dollars. I'm gonna make $1 million in the next 2 years playing football for this team. I'm gonna take the first 500 grand and I'm going to buy my mom a house. My second 500 grand, I'm probably going to invest. That's probably what most kids would do, because you don't know what the future holds.
I wouldn't. I
Um,
wouldn't. I would never allow. I mean, again, I probably wouldn't have a popular school then, but I wouldn't allow the risk of that showing up. I would say, you get paid. You're a student. every year you can withdraw the principal of your CD, but the you can always add in more if you want, but you can withdraw the principal of the CD that has been maturing. You can have fun with that, and then when you leave high school, you now have access to these accounts. Or once you leave college, you now have access to these accounts. Which,
Unless you're one of those weird 5-year college kids.
huh?
There are 5-year college kids.
Well, I mean,
Bo Nixon.
yeah.
Yeah, Bo Nixon. He's a quarterback for USC. And he's like 23.
Oh yeah.
Should that guy have access to his money?
I mean, yeah, you should have access to his money. Is he still? Is he still playing college ball?
He's the quarterback.
Oh,
Yeah,
then yeah, he doesn't have access to his money then until he
he's
finishes.
23.
It's a con. I don't give a fuck. You're under contract.
You're a grown ass man. You're 23. You're buying booze and hookers. You can totally manage your own money.
Yeah.
I don't think you should be somebody or some kind of entity designed for it unless you sign up for it yourself. I think either way you get the money and you decide where it goes. That's the moral of the story for me. I feel like either way they should get that money and they decide what to do with it.
Yeah.
If they want to spend all that shit on a fucking watch or some shit, fuck it. Let them do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. God. Like, at the end of the day, God bless America, free choice. But
Yeah. Like
I don't know.
you
I
do
would.
what you gotta do.
I would be concerned about their future well-being. You hear a lot of stories about how people act like a fucking retard and when they start getting millions of dollars, and I would. I don't know. That's what I that's my thought. But okay, so what's your hit me with your segue. Let's try your segue out.
So earlier you said something about pulling out.
Yeah, that's right.
And there are two new child support laws that I kind of agree with, both of them.
Yeah.
The first one came out of Texas, but I think everybody's going to adopt it. It's the one that if you're a drunk driver and you hit somebody and you kill their baby, you pay child support for us for I guess 18 years,
Yeah.
not 20 years, something
Yeah.
like that. I think that's a great idea. I think that should go for anything. If you're in a car and you kill somebody's kids in a car accident,
There's
child
nothing more
support.
there's nothing more I would love as a parent than constantly being reminded every month that I no longer have a child. I would
Yeah,
love
I
that.
don't think you need a reminder. I think you will always know you don't have a
Yeah.
child. I think you will always have that over your head, no matter
And
if they don't do that or if nobody ever says anything. You will always know.
every month I get reminded. I never have a
A
chance to like
financial
move.
reminder.
I get a
Yeah.
financial reminder. I don't have a job.
Yeah, that
Like,
would suck. But I think after a while, you would just want that person to suffer. So you would be like, dude, give me more. Make them work. Make them do everything. The second one I heard about was I heard that they are changing some of the rules about child support. Like as a man, there are some new rights that we have. First one is they set it up so that if you haven't been active in this person's life for up to a year, that person you don't owe child support for anything. If you were just a one night stand, or just like a sneaky link, as these young people would say, and you got pregnant from it, a girl can no longer hit you with child support for you just being like a one night stand. You think that's fair? If you were just a side piece and you weren't like a exclusive side piece, like when she just called you up one day and said, "Hey, my husband's gone. Come on over and give me that
give me that dick.
that yeah, give me that super pipe. Go ahead and give me that Mario Brothers." So you know, it's not fair
What
for
are you
then after that
What are you
you
doing?
are forced to pay child support.
What are you doing not wearing a condom?
Well, probably having fun.
Get
To
fucked,
be honest with you,
loser. Should have wore a condom.
look, we're
Should
gonna
have.
be honest with you. It
I
don't always happen.
I guess.
Okay.
And you know what? And you know what doesn't always happen? Not having a child. You
Okay.
can't. You can't. You can't. No. No.
So,
That's
with that
fucking
being said,
stupid.
I spoke to a woman about this. She's a hardcore feminist, and she says she thinks the world's attacking children, tracking women, and that women are in danger. And I disagree. I don't think women are in danger. I do think they kind of have some grudge against chicks right now. If you look at everything in the social world, there's just like so much other stuff going on with chicks that they don't talk about. They're more talking about like transgender and what bathroom they can use and what rights they have and abortions and stuff like that. Yeah, they took abortions away from women, and I don't I don't have an opinion on that here or there. To me, it's something wrong, but I do value people's opinion to do whatever they want to do. I think that's still okay to do what you feel is okay. Um, as long as it isn't hurting anybody, and even abortions, I still feel like even no matter how you slice it up, it's still kind of murder. It is. It's kind of murder. Um, so like, I just saw that, and she was like, "Yeah, now you're forcing women to have babies by people." And I'm like, well, you're not really forcing women to it, unless it's a
It's not
situation
a
with like
there's
rape
there,
or
there's not
or
a
something like that. Like, what if you? Okay. You're at a party, you're wasted, you black out. When you wake up, you're in bed with some chick. You don't know who this chick is. You don't know her name. You don't know how you got here. You don't even know where you are. You're trying to figure it out. Like the first thing you want to know is where's your phone and what time it is.
Yep.
And then you're gonna figure out what the hell happened last night.
Yep.
And then you get up, you say goodbye to the girl, everything's cordial, everything's fine. You get dressed, you leave, you go home. About a month later, she calls you, says, "Hey, I'm pregnant, and the baby's yours, and you owe me child support." Is that fair? Even if the
Yeah.
baby is yours?
Yeah.
No. Two adults made a decision, drunken
No.
decision to do
Yeah.
something,
Yeah. He made
and
a poor decision.
if
You are correct.
if if
Uh huh.
the man does not choose to be in that child's life,
Mm-hmm.
as much as women can abort, men should be able to abandon.
There you go.
So I think that's pretty much what. Now I don't think any man who has been in your life for longer than a year. Now this is just me talking out loud. I'm pretty much talking on behalf of young ladies.
I think you're missing the concept of responsibility. Don't
Well,
get
no,
fucking
no,
blackout drunk, you dumbass. Like, what are you
no,
fucking you
no,
doing?
no. You
Yeah,
see,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
forgetting.
Don't get
You're
blackout drunk.
mistaking. You're mistaking responsibility
Did he get
with.
drugged? If he got drugged, it's a different story. No, he's not
No, that's
responsible.
different. That's a crime. That's different.
Did he consume enough alcohol that it impaired his abilities and he did it under his own volition? Yeah, that's your responsibility. You chose
Yeah,
to
but
do that.
you're taking like saying that okay, well, if you make one bad decision.
That's all
And
it
it
takes.
don't even
That's
have to be a
all it
bad
takes.
decision. It could just be one too many. And you do something like sleep with somebody you're not supposed to. Yes, you should have accountability that you've made a mistake.
Mhm.
But I don't think you should be like, oh, well, you fucked up. And now it's because you got fucked up and you did a bad thing that, you should suffer now.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily true. I feel like there should be certain things about it.
I
If
wish
they're
it worked.
going to do that, where women cannot hit men with child support if he wasn't in their life, and the women know that going into the situation, um, I can see that being a thing. But I truly think what it is, it's so weird what's going on because some people won't tell me that they're trying to diminish population, like by like, okay, this is not my opinion again. Some people say that they're using this whole like rainbow movement to diminish the amount of people coming into the world. But if you're not letting chicks have abortions and you are making it so that they have to be a single mother if they don't know the guy long enough, um, you're just making more people.
That's it.
That's pretty much what you're doing. You're making more angry, fucked up people.
That's it.
The statistics show that a household that doesn't have a father in it typically has children who go through a lot: suicide, depression, jail, in and out of jail, behavioral issues. And I watched a guy who was not with his wife on TikTok. I know you don't like me watching TikTok, but it was on TikTok, and he was scolding his son because his son told his mom no and called her a bitch, and he was like, "You will never do that again."
Yeah.
And the guy had to come over to do that. It wasn't one of the things where his dad showed up home from work that night. His dad lived somewhere else. His dad came home
Yeah.
to make sure his son would never do that to his mother again.
Yeah.
And I feel like when we lose that because you're forcing women to be single mothers, that's what's going to happen.
Nobody's forcing anybody to have sex. There is no forcing.
Yeah, but
Like,
you're like saying that it's like saying people can't have sex because of the
not
consequences they
saying
might
they
have.
can't
That
have sex.
might
You have to
happen.
have safe sex. You have to fucking put condoms on.
But
You have to have
condoms aren't
contraceptive.
100%.
They're
No
they're
contraceptives
they're
are
better
100%.
than no condom. They're a
Yeah, but
lot. They're
no,
100.
no.
They're 100% more effective than no condom. You
No, they're
choose not.
97 point.
You
No, they're
choose.
97.3%
Oh,
more effective than no
okay. I'll
condom.
still take. That's
Great,
still
that's a
an
great
A.
number.
That's
Yeah,
still
that's
an
still a great
A.
number. That's still not 100%
If
though.
you choose not to wear a condom, oh, some people just don't like condoms. Like, that's too fucking bad.
I'm not saying that's what I'm saying because I think that's a stupid thing to do. You're just not going to make yourself safe because you don't want to. It's one thing. That's just immaturity and
Yeah.
yeah, that's bad. But like the heated, like you don't, if you're impaired at all, I don't know if you'll do it. I've been impaired before, and I did it. I was like,
Oh,
hold on,
I pull out a
be right
condom.
back.
Yeah.
I will be right back. I'm gonna throw up and brush my teeth, but when I'm back, I want to have something in my
Yeah.
hand.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna put a condom on. I've stopped in the middle. I've not had sex with a woman before because it was a one night
yeah,
stand and I didn't have a condom. I was like, fuck. Like I was mad, but at the same
I
time,
was like, well, look, he wrote me up to the CVS real quick. like,
yeah. But there's that. There's still that. There is no
can you DoorDash condoms?
probably
That's got to be an awkward DoorDash.
no. Why? I I
Because
would I
the
would
only
hope.
reason you couldn't go get yourself your own condoms is because you're too drunk to do it.
Yeah, that's
That's the only reason I
fine.
can think of, because
I'd
that's
I'd,
happened.
I'd be
That's
happy.
happened.
I'd be like, fuck yeah, that's awesome. That's great.
Like you're trying to be responsible
Not only
twice.
did you not drink and drive, but you
Trying to-
also are having safe sex, and you're preventing another piece of shit from being born in the world to a single mom.
But if you're that responsible, you're not a piece of shit. You're not. You're actually extremely responsible. So if anything, you should be having kids.
Yeah, you should.
You probably
But you
should.
just don't want to have sex. You don't want to have a kid with. You don't want to have a kid with that one woman from a one night stand.
Yeah.
There
Yeah,
is
probably.
no. There is no excuse for not doing it. He got blackout drunk. That's his fault.
So
Unless
you
some
think
unless someone held a gun to his head and said you're drinking all these and getting blacked out drunk, then he's not a there is no
yeah,
that's
but
your
you should be
fault.
allowed to drink. I don't think you
You
should ever
should
get
drink
blackout drunk. You should drink
responsibly.
responsibly. But I think sometimes you get carried away because we're humans and we're flawed and we get carried away.
Yes, you
And
are absolutely correct.
a
We
lot
do
of
get
people will
carried
get
away.
drunk, especially at parties and shit like that. They
Yes,
get
yes
drunk and
they
they meet that
do.
drunk girl and they're like, hey,
Hey, what's up?
you want to go to my
Uh,
car and have the sex? I don't know what they do. I don't really know.
yeah,
But
but you should still. I mean, again, it's
I just say, so you think that that's not a good law? That whole
absolutely
thing
not.
saying that
Yeah, you
just
make
because you're not an active person in this woman's life, that she can't hit you with child support.
unless if the kid's yours, the kid's yours.
Yeah, that's true.
There's no
Any real
denying it.
man, any real good man will just say, okay, cool, maybe a one night stand, but that is my
Yeah,
seed,
I
and
made a
we're gonna.
mistake. Like I made a mistake, but out of this mistake can hopefully come something good. I fucked
Yeah,
up.
yeah, that's
You
what a
fucked
good man
up.
would do.
Yeah,
But
that's
I
like
think that should be his option to do.
he had the option. He chose not to. He chose not to take the other option of be safe and think about something. He had the option. There is.
Well, no,
What do
no.
you
My
mean?
whole thing is like it's like the whole abortion thing. Like I said, if women have the right to abort, men should have the right to abandon.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think they give us that right because a lot of men would just do that. They would just be like, "Well,
Yeah.
I'm, I'm flexing my right, so
Yeah.
I'ma holler at you. You let me know how them kids doing about 10 years from now.
Yeah.
Maybe one of them could be a football player." But
Now, don't please don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that it's right for women to go to have a kid and then go. You know what? I don't want this kid anymore, and then
but
get
is it
sucked
also
out.
wrong for a woman to sleep with a guy and not let him be part of the child's life, but immediately just put him on papers?
Not saying people are.
Mm.
I'm not saying people are nice, but But again, it's you have to. That's where the.
'Cause that happens a lot, and we all know that. There
Oh
are
yeah.
women out there who,
You have to be careful. You
um,
gotta be careful what you put your dick in. Like you have
yeah,
to.
but at the same time, you can't. It's not like you can spot them shits in the wild. Like, hey, that's a good one right there. She's not gonna hit me with no papers.
That's why
You can't
God.
do that.
That's why God invented rubber.
Yeah, well,
Oh, I love rubber. Rubber's
at
my
the same
favorite.
time, I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but let's say it breaks or something like that happens. Now what are you gonna do? You shot up somebody's club by accident. You were just trying to look in the window. You fell inside.
Yeah. Oh, that
So,
sucks. That absolutely sucks.
you did everything responsible to say that you don't want to have a child, but you did.
Yeah.
Now what do you do?
You pay the child support because it's your fucking child.
But you have no relationship with this woman. Like you barely know her. You met her at a party and you slept with her and the condom broke and now you have a baby, and she can't abort it because that's the law
Yeah.
now. And
Well,
like as much as I say
what's
that,
your
I am not pro-abortion. I'm not really anything about it. Because I do think for certain situations it should be allowed, but I don't think you should just be willy nilly be able to go get them.
no,
I think
well,
if it's a health risk or like rape or something like that or incest, accidental incest, because it has to be accidental.
sit down. Oops.
No, 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 no.
You're
That could
my
happen.
sister.
that could happen. You could literally be
You
you
better
don't know
have
your
you would have
siblings.
had to have grown up on the opposite sides of like the country and then just never knew. Yeah,
You don't
again,
have to. You could literally just be banging a girl in the same town as you, and y'all get along really, really well. And then you ask her who her grandmother is. Gonna find out it's your grandmother.
yeah, it's like
This is your cousin you just had sex with.
it's more than your cousin if you have the same grandmother,
No, no, this ain't grandmother. It should be your cousin.
maybe.
If it's not your sister
Okay,
or your mom, it has to be one of your mom's siblings, and that you're a child of one of your mom's siblings. It has to be your cousin.
okay, but
Unless you just outright bang your sister,
well
like,
then
hey, you sure
accident.
look like my
Oops,
mom.
oops.
But
But no, to answer your question of what do you do? What's your favorite color? Like,
no, I'm just
you better start
better get to
forming.
know.
Like
Yeah, I
you're
don't
gonna be
know. I don't.
involved.
I don't see. Here's my thing. I would never have unprotected sex with somebody that I wasn't
There you go.
committed to already. But that's just me.
Yeah, I've made
Um,
my mistakes. Please don't get this twisted. I've made my mistakes. I've had unprotected sex. I've taken the chance on.
yeah, I don't. I never did a lot of that. Like I've always kind of been pretty safe. Like I've always have.
Yeah,
Unless I'm in a committed kind of relationship with somebody, I'm pretty safe. Like it just scares the shit out of me that I don't know you and I don't know what you out there doing. It scares the shit out of me.
exactly. It's a risk. It's a chance you take. Like you
Um,
play the game and you have to accept the consequences of the game. You either win or you lose. It's just what happens. You can't sit here and start crying. It's not fair. Like, no, it's
no, I don't
absolutely
think that's
fair.
what it is. I just don't think. I just see that there's women out there, and I don't know who that role is made for. I know who I think it's made for. It seems as if it's made for like dudes who have status, and then you meet this girl, and her whole goal is to get a baby from you so that she can hit you with child support for the
Yeah,
rest of her life.
that's yeah. Like again,
Well, at least until the baby's 18, because that just seems to happen. You don't have to be like a Drake or Elon Musk for that to be a thing. You could totally just be a regular guy with a good job.
yeah, you
Y-
could. I've never
You
seen.
could be
I
a guy who works at the railroad and makes quite a bit of money,
absolutely the fuck not.
and
No woman. No woman is
she
going.
has.
No woman is going. My pussy is wet for you. You work at the railroad. You're a conductor.
Yeah,
Put
you
a
say
baby in
that,
me.
but that one girl who puts that math together is gonna be like, "Oh, well, hold on. I know how much money you make a year. I know how much money I can get out of you by just having your baby, and never letting you see it
Good
because they don't have
luck.
to. They
Good
don't have to do
luck.
that.
All I can say is good luck.
Hey, of course, every man's gonna fight. Every real man's gonna fight.
Oh no. Good luck on. If you approach me, fuck yeah, that's awesome. But
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. See, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, you don't have to be a celebrity for that to happen.
no,
That
I
can
know.
happen to just a guy with a good job,
I
a great
turned.
job.
I turned. This is a weird statement to say, but I turned down sex from a chick at a party we went to a long time ago, because it was like the first thing she said. Hey, do you want to go do that? I'm like, no, not with no. I don't know. I don't know you. I don't fucking know. Like you just got. You just got here.
Good job, man. I'm pretty sure there's some dude out there talking about, "I wouldn't have done that."
I would have
Because I'd
smacked
been
the
like,
shit out of that bitch. Like, yeah.
I've been like, you ain't about to have sex with me, but you better do some guac guac
Guac, guac,
9000
guac,
in the
guac, guac,
parking
guac.
lot.
But no, but again, it's a weird thing to do, but like it's still not like it's not. I don't know. It's you gotta look.
I just say that that kind of thing can happen. There should be some way to protect it. But at the same time, I look at that, I think how stupid that is. At the same time. So don't get me wrong. I am not for or against majority of the shit. I'm just kind of seeing how both sides are pretty dumb.
Yeah,
First off, if you're a guy and you are sleeping with someone that you're not committed to, which happens, you meet a girl, you don't know her that well, you have a fucking Tinder date, because that's pretty much how this can happen.
yeah.
Tinder date, you swap left, and now you swiping left for the rest of your damn life. But I don't think it's one of those things where it's like if you're doing that and that happens, you had a Tinder date, you had a one night stand, and you got the girl pregnant, and she cannot abort this thing. So you are, but at the same time, it's your seed. Would you not want your own child to be safely taken care of? That's what a real man thinks. That's how
If
a
I'm
guy
involved in the
thinks.
child's life, then I don't know.
I don't even think I have to be completely involved in the child's life. As long as they know I exist and where this money is coming from, then I'm cool with it. If the mother wants to be a complete see you next Tuesday and not let me see my child, that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah,
But if the fact that like she's like, look, I'm married, okay, he's gonna know you're his dad. He's gonna know who you are and everything, but we would rather just move over here to California and live our lives.
If the two consenting parties agree on no child support, okay. That's two consenting
Yeah, but
parties
some
agreeing.
women don't do that.
Yes, I know that,
I
but
know for a fact. I'm thinking of somebody right now who had a baby, had two babies with a girl, and they broke up. She
Mhm.
rightfully put him on child support. And she does have the right to do so. Granted, even though she really didn't want to, her mom, who's just a fucking bitter woman, who doesn't like, she's like a, I don't want to just offend anybody, but she's one of those ladies with very, very short hair who think man ain't shit.
yeah.
So she was immediately like, put him on child support. So she did. She rightfully did because you gotta support your own kids. Well, guess what? They got back together a couple years later. And after they got back together, they had been getting talk about getting married, and he was like, "Yeah, when are you gonna take me off child support so we can save up his money?" And she said, "Oh, I'm not. But y'all together now. Like y'all live in the same household.
See you later.
See, you think so? That's a deal breaker for you. That's an automatic deal breaker
Yeah,
for
I'm
you.
not saying
You're
people.
still
I'm not.
gonna have to pay child support no matter
Yeah,
what.
yeah, but I'm not gonna be with that person. It's gonna suck.
Yeah,
That's gonna suck. I should have never had sex with that person. I'm
no,
gonna.
you probably shouldn't have. But you
I'm
would have
gonna.
not known
I'm
that.
gonna.
It's
I'm
no,
gonna.
that's hindsight.
I mean, were they together for a while before they decided to have a kid?
Not the. I'm not sure about that
Ooh,
one.
yeah.
I don't know.
See,
Do that. Hold on. No, no.
GG.
I can't speak on something I don't know.
I got you, but
So
good game. Like if they have it again, I'm not gonna be with
I'm
somebody.
gonna assume. I'm gonna assume they were together long enough. We'll
What
say
is
that.
what is long enough? Because long enough for
A
me is a.
year.
I'll say okay. It's still no. For me, a couple. I'm not gonna have a kid with somebody after a year.
Yeah, but after
That's
a year, you're
ridiculous.
probably gonna start having unprotected sex with them. So you're just asking for it.
Yeah, that's true. That's very
So
yeah. So
and
you're
then
true,
so you're not gonna sit there after
but
a year of being with somebody and start having unprotected sex with them. You probably start doing a long fucking time before a year got here. You're not gonna do that and then produce a child and be like, oh well, you know what? I don't want to pay child support on that kid. No guy's gonna do that,
yeah, no,
especially
absolutely
if you're
not.
still in that committed relationship. Now, if she's just a real see you next Tuesday and you want to, um,
Well, you can also fight it in court if you're still living with that person and in a stable relationship with that person. You can fight that in court, and
yeah, but you're gonna be fighting tooth and nail for that one.
yeah,
That's not gonna be something for you
that's what
easy
I'm
for
gonna
you to
do.
win. That's gonna be pretty tough.
It's gonna be very tough, but it's gonna, at the end of the day, it's gonna be cheaper in the long run than paying a couple $100 for 18 years every month.
Yeah, but
In the short term, it's
your
gonna be a
kid is
lot
still
cheaper.
gonna suffer now. And
No,
so
I
the whole
mean,
point of it is, I don't have a problem with child support. Only thing I say about child support, it should be on a card, and that card can only be used for things for the kid. But that's hard to say what is really used for the kid because electricity is something the kid will need. Insurance is the one the kid will need. But I've heard these court shows saying that whoever the primary parent is, you got to pay that shit. If you want custody of the children and you want him to pay child support, well, guess what has to come out of your pocket?
hmm,
Insurance, doctor
yeah,
visits, the gas. Some girls use that shit and they try to explain it as it is. I'll say some people because I won't say some girls because guys get child support too. It's just
yeah.
rare, but it happens. Um, they use that shit for what they think they need. Oh, I need groceries in the house. Yeah, child support's for groceries. Oh, I need gas in my car to take them to school and whatnot. Okay, yeah, that's true. But what is your accountability part? It
Yeah.
shouldn't be like, okay, cool, I need something, I don't have it, so automatically the other parent has to pay for it.
Yeah.
That shit ain't right. So I'm on kind of people like I feel like there should be like some kind of like thing like if you're gonna do it, you gotta pass a drug test.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you gotta pass a drug test every month before you get your check. You gotta pass a drug test.
Yeah. Like it shows
So
that
if
you're
you're
being
out there
responsible.
smoking weed, doing coke, and living your best life, you shouldn't be able to get it.
Same with unemployment. I feel the
Same with
same with
unemployment.
unemployment.
Well, that'd be too hard with unemployment,
I don't give a
especially after what I
fuck.
saw during
I don't
COVID.
give
That'd be
a
way too fucking
fuck.
hard.
You are
It fucked. You don't
you
know
are
this because you
receiving
didn't.
you are
You really didn't get that COVID money as long.
I
But
don't give a
I'm
fuck.
telling
It's
you,
unemployment. You're receiving
our
money for
state
not working.
our
That's
fucking state would fuck that up so bad.
I know.
Everybody would fail because one
I
dude popped.
know. Go
What
get a
happened? How did everybody fail? So we might have dropped all the samples, and one guy filled them back up, and that dude happened to be a cokehead.
Oh yeah, no.
So
But absolutely they should be drug tested with 100%.
I think there should be a thing like
No, it should be
they
you want
used to do
money?
that thing where you have to like actively look for a job where you got to show them that you're
Yes.
send out applications and stuff like that.
That and
I
drug
think you
testing?
should have to like be checked off by interviewers saying why they didn't. No, yeah, you
Mm,
get your because I took these two interviews this month. Okay, cool. we need a written statement from these interviewers. So they go to this link or whatever, as you applied, as they decide they're going to hire you or not, they should have to fill out this little form and say why they are, why they aren't.
Yeah,
And
that's
then they
good.
could always say like, oh yeah, he showed up in flip flops and a dirty T-shirt,
Yeah,
talking about I want to make $23 an hour, and this is Mickey D's. Like he obviously ain't really trying to get a
yeah,
job, so
yeah.
there should be something like that. But I don't. I think I just see like trying to piss test everybody would just be a complete fuck up on our state. I just know
Hell
how
no.
Virginia would do this.
Yeah.
Virginia would fuck this up. I don't give
Hey,
a fuck what governor you get. They would fuck this
I
up real
guarantee, I
bad.
guarantee you, you'd start seeing a lot of people not on fucking welfare and unemployment and shit like that.
Yeah, I think you're wrong. I think you see a lot of
Hell
people.
no.
I think you see a lot of people with shit jobs working on getting unemployment. I think it would be something like, yeah, what do you do? Oh, I cut grass.
That's okay.
Yeah, okay, cool. You're a landscaper. Nah.
Cut
See, they
grass.
do bushes and trims and shit. I just cut grass.
Okay. That's your. Oh, your
Where do
own.
you cut? Where do you cut grass at? There's one strip by the mall. They pay me
That's,
$15.
fuck yeah.
$15 a strip. It's like 3 strips, so I get $45.
Hell yeah.
Like,
$45 a day. Let's go.
no, it's
Have
$45 every week because that shit don't grow every day. So
fuck it. Have the unemployed go out and pick up trash on the side of the road, and they have to document their hours, and they get paid for that. That'd be fucking great.
yeah,
That'd be
see,
fucking
I
fantastic.
feel
You'd have
like
the cleanest fucking world. You'd have the cleanest country. Like, what
you,
happened?
know, you gotta
All
you
our
gotta add
unemployed
to
people.
community service hours, man.
Yep. Got community service. I have to go clean shit up. Like, well, why don't
Yeah,
you, like, well, go ahead.
I don't know, man. I just don't think piss testing everybody. I think there should be some way to regulate it, but it's really hard because people are going to figure out ways to get over.
Yeah,
It's just what
everybody
we do.
does. Everybody does, but still, not everybody's gonna figure it out a way to get around it. And that's what's saying. But that's what it takes. Like let's cut some numbers down. Like let's get some people that are actually abusing the system. Let's fucking just want to stay home, get money, and smoke weed all day. Like get the fuck out of here. Get a goddamn job. And
Okay, I'm just going to let you know. First off, working is a sham itself. It is.
that's fine. But
From the age of 16 to the age of 67
yeah,
now, 67, you have to work 40
yeah.
hours a week, 5 days a week.
No, you don't have to work.
No, no, no. That's what they want you to do.
That's
Okay,
what
we're going to give you
that's what they want you to do. You don't have to work.
fine,
You're
fine.
not
We're
gonna
just
live
going
a
to go
very you're not
basically.
gonna live a very happy life, but you don't have
Yeah,
to work.
exactly. But that's why I say working is a sham because you're doing all this stuff to work really hard so that by the time you're 67, you can stop working and you can go and finally enjoy your life and just do what you want to do. That's
Or
called
go
retirement.
or go start your own business. This is America. You can start your own
Yeah, yeah,
business.
yeah. But that's not what people are like. Somebody who works at fucking Wendy's may have that kind of ambition, but
Yeah.
90% of the time they're not going to. They're just trying to work to make ends meet, and then hopefully by the time you're 67, something will happen dramatically. And the way the economy goes, nothing will happen.
Yeah.
I think we still have that same idea that our grandparents had that we could just work at a company for 20 years and they'll just promote you and you'll make tons of money. You can buy your own
Oh yeah.
house. You just gotta work. You just gotta work. We don't live in that world no
No,
more.
we don't.
We don't. We don't live nowhere near that world. It's so fucking expensive out here now. Like groceries, bills, everything. I'm just saying, like it's some shit that we live in as far as like economics goes in this world, and so many people are suffering. There are people who are suffering. I know a girl who makes $38 an hour as a nurse, and it's just struggling with her kids.
Yeah. Well, she has kids. That's you got to add a lot more on to.
Sure, sure,
Yeah.
sure. But think about how it was. Just compare that to what it was in your parents' day.
Oh yeah. No,
When
we
your
could do.
when your dad was your age.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Most likely it was a little bit easier. Yeah.
A little bit, a lot of it, bro. A lot of
Probably.
it.
Yeah.
Things cost so much less. You could work a job for 40 hours making $10 an hour and was considered fucking high on the
Considered
hawk.
good. Yeah.
Like, yo, that dude makes $10 an hour. You know how I'll be like if I make $10 an hour? Brother, I make 18.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I'm sitting here like,
the world sucks. The state of the world right now, it's atrocious.
yeah, I'm
It's
just
the
saying
worst
like
thing in the world. Like, but
it's so crazy. And it's only gonna get worse,
yeah.
especially since bricks doubled last night.
That's what I'm saying.
So it doubled the countries that it already had. So if the brick system goes off next couple of years, we're gonna have a real problem here in America. You think prices are high now?
It's gonna be terrible. Yeah. Again, we are
It's gonna
falling
be
apart.
awful.
Yeah, we are
Which is
falling
something
apart.
my cousin kind of told me was gonna happen in the end of days. He said that things were gonna be so bad that you can't even afford food
Oh, it's not
anymore.
the end of days. It might be the end of America as a strong superpower, but it's not the end of days. It's just America could potentially fall into a third world status.
Yeah, and that's the end of days for a lot of us, bro.
No,
That's
it's just that's a bad day. That's not the end of days.
okay. That's more of a bad day, but I heard
It's
what
gonna
you're
be no,
saying.
it's gonna be bad again if America falls into second or third world third world status. That's not gonna be
I'm going.
good.
I'm going to Africa.
I'm
I
gonna
don't know about
leave.
you.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I'm
head
going to
out. Like I'll
Africa.
see you later, dude. Or you stay here and just try to make it work.
Going right to Ethiopia. Y'all think that's a poor country if you want to. I'm going right to
There you go.
Ethiopia.
Dude, have a blast. I wish you the best. I'd be like,
I mean, Hundele, Hundele,
eh,
Hundele. Ah!
eh, eh. All
Get my
right,
whole groove on.
we've been at
Get
this.
that little. You get some clay in my dreadlocks. It'll be great.
All right, we've been at this for a minute. I think
All right.
we'll start winding down here and
All right.
get ready.
You have a hot take or anything?
No, I don't. What about you?
Packers are going all the way, baby.
Packers of Cleveland. It's all about Cleveland. We got to find out next week.
Look, if y'all do beat the Ravens, I think people will start paying attention to y'all.
People
But
already pay
I just
attention
need
to
them.
us.
Yeah, but not for the good reasons. They still keep calling your quarterback a sex offender, which I don't understand what
Fine.
he did.
He can, as long as he scores points, he can sex offend anybody he wants.
Look, I just don't understand what he did. Someone needs to explain to me how he did.
Dude, no
What he
one.
did was wrong.
He probably like looked in someone's general direction, and they were like,
No, no. Apparently, he got massages from masseuses and kept asking them, "You want to give me a happy ending?"
"Okay, so he's a
Now, he
player."
didn't force anybody to do
Yeah, he
anything. He
asked.
didn't say, "Hey, look, you're not getting paid if you don't do this." He said, "I'll pay you extra
Yeah,
if
I'll
you
compensate you for
give me
your
a whole
services.
if you give me a rub and tug." So they some people probably said yes.
Yeah.
So the reason so many people came out and said, "Oh, he asked me this, so fucked up he asked me this," I think to myself, like, for all the girls who said no.
Did you take the money though? I thought it was really fucked up that he asked me. Oh, what kind of watch is that? Oh, it's my new Cartier bracelet.
Yeah, right.
Where'd you get
Such
that
bullshit that he fucking did that.
from?
And
It's
oh, he
disgusting.
showed me $10. I'm calling to the news.
It's disgusting.
I just don't understand it. I need somebody to explain it to me, and it's not from an ignorant standpoint. It's just the fact that I don't understand how that is sexual misconduct. Sexual
'Cause-
misconduct. You just asked somebody to do something, and they rightfully said no, and that was it.
Because he's under contract for morality. He's got a morality clause in his fucking contract. You can't act.
Yeah, but they didn't sue the NFL. They didn't say that the NFL needed to do anything. The NFL did something because they have to punish everybody.
Yeah.
If you do something wrong, they're going to be like, all right, well, we got to punish you. And depending
No
on
more
who-
massages. God damn it.
Yeah.
Massages for men only, guys. Men.
Yeah, right. And, you know, so my whole thing about it was, if he was out there groping chicks while they were giving massages, like reaching up and touching their butts and
That'd
stuff,
be bad.
hell yeah, don't do that. If he was like, they'd be like, okay, cool, can you roll over? And he's got a hard dick, talking about, hey, you know,
Can you take care
what's up?
What if he asked it casually? Hey, can you do something about that? No? All right, that's fine.
Yeah,
if he
even
was like-
then, even so, if he exposes himself to somebody, that's not okay either.
No.
But if you just be like, hey, you want to make a little extra money? You trying to do something strange for some change? I can't think that's terrible. It's not sexual misconduct. It should just be like, you kind of suck.
Hey, you're just a shit person. You're
Because
just-
I do not ask that question so nicely.
I've never
to
once. I
anyone.
got a massage the other day. I got a massage a while back. I didn't ask that. Hey, my dick's hard. Can you do this? Can you take care of this for
I'm
me?
just saying, I got a massage from Heather the other night. Back was hurting. I was like, well, can you massage my back? And I asked for happy ending in a different way.
Yeah.
I didn't ask. I just kind of got up and was like, come with me. So,
Nice.
you know, I don't understand what he did. I just don't. I just don't get what he did wrong.
I
I
think
need somebody to explain to me what it is. If you want to tell me it's because he's a national celebrity and he has
Yeah.
power and money, that's kind of shitty to think just because he got money that he has power over some people. He didn't say I wasn't going to pay you for the massage. That's what
Yeah,
that's the part I'm not
exactly.
getting. If
exactly.
he said some shit like that, like the only way you're going to get paid is if you did that, yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
If he says some shit like, you know, you're not getting out of here until you do this, that's bad. But if he was just like, hey, how much would it cost for you to make this a happy massage?
You know, something a little something extra.
Yeah, like I went to this Chinese massage parlor and they hooked me up with the full body service. Can you do that?
Yeah. Are you
Yeah.
related to them by chance?
Yeah. You know, you don't look Asian, but you could be.
Can you do it?
So I don't know. I just don't understand what he did wrong. Somebody's explaining to me.
Yeah.
But
I'm sure
Green Bay everywhere.
I'm sure someone will tell us. Let's go Cleveland. You got Green Bay. I
Mhm.
think it's gonna be good.
I think we
but-
can both all agree.
I was gonna say if you wanted
Cowboys suck.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We all know that they lose to the
Yeah.
Cardinals, but fuck them.
Yep. I
All
might have
right.
my own Packer stuff, but I ain't gay. But
All right. Tell us something positive before we get out of here.
I have learned lately that you need to set boundaries, not just for the people around you, but for yourself.
There you go.
Because the biggest enemy in the world may not be somebody who's on the outside. Your biggest enemy may be right there on the inside with you at all times. So you got to set boundaries with yourself, set boundaries to people around you, and make sure that you are protected from whatever harm you can protect yourself from.
And you heard it here first.
You heard it first. Set your boundaries.
Set boundaries. But all right then.
All right, guys. This has been the Obvious Suspects podcast. Like a shout out to my new band, Raised, Razed. You know, me becoming from yeah, motherfucker, Raised. It means to completely destroy a city.
There you go.
So,
All right. Yeah. Keep an eye out, and we will holler at y'all later.
all right, guys.